AirAsia's Tony Fernandes has lots to celebrate. From a fledgling budget carrier, Tony Fernandes has successfully navigated AirAsia into clear blue skies and made it the envy of even some of the best national airlines. In 2017, the budget carrier won a total of 25 awards and was named the world's best low-cost airline. But Tony is not sitting on his laurels. He wants to enhance the airline's customer experience with technology. It's not all work for Tony though. He just got married to Chloe and is also learning to live healthily. Tony tells us what his next destination is on his flight plans. Tony, what a momentous year it has been for you. AirAsia is on a non-stop winning streak. So for the 5th time in a row, AirAsia is the world's leading low-cost airline, and you've also bagged the SkyTax Award 9 times in a row for the world's best low-cost airline, making AirAsia 14 times world champions. So simply put, how do you do it? What does AirAsia do so differently that gives it an edge over its competitors?
Well, actually that's a great question. I'm not quite sure I know how to answer it. But I suppose we have done 2 or 3 things maybe slightly different from others. One, I think we put people first. Now that's very hard in the airline business because there are always people who are going to complain, we'll always have delays, etc. But I think we try hard to make the experience as real as possible. In terms of our cabin crew, in terms of the food, it's not prepared by some French chef in the middle of nowhere. It's local food, it's people food like, it's functional food. Our crew is as real as they can come. Our seats are as we try to make it as comfortable as we can with the limitations that we have. So I think that's helped. 2, I think we've connected people that haven't been connected, whether from an economic reason or pure physical point. If you look at the destinations we're going, many of those destinations were never ever touched on by anyone before, so I think that's a big plus. And I think the 3rd one is we're trying now to be more technologically savvy. When I say that, it is our DNA. We started the first .com website in Asia, actually, www.airasia.com, where you could actually buy seats. I think Malaysian Airlines followed 7 or 8 years after us.
What is next for AirAsia?
For me, 2018 is going to be all about customer service. I want to make our customers really happy. And I think we can be much better than we are. I think number 1, you've got to be honest with yourselves and know where our failings are. I want to be able to respond to customers quickly, our guests quickly. If you have a refund or you have a question. And so we invested a lot in Salesforce.
Do you think that's missing right now?
I don't think it's missing, but I think it can be much better. I mean, we do respond, but I think we're slow sometimes in our response. I think we're bureaucratic in our responses. And so I want to be slick. 2 is to use technology to make it easier to fly with us. Whether checking in by your face, whether you have a permanent bag tag, and personalizing the experience, and to try and know more about you so we give you a better personal experience. So 2018 is about that, and then using data to improve our on-time performance, to improve reliability. Every airline is going to have delays. It's how you manage delays.
Right, and congratulations on your recent wedding to Chloe. How is life as a married man over the last 2 months?
Yeah. Well, ask my staff. I think I'm driving them crazy because I'm much more focused now. Focus is my key word in life now. Yeah, it's been great. I'm going to say that on Star TV, but I also am a very honest, transparent person, and it's been great. I enjoy it. I enjoy going back home. I enjoy doing things with someone else, and I enjoy being focused.
Right. So how did you propose to her? Did you go down on one knee?
No, because I'm too old. And my knees are giving me a problem. This one particularly. And my meniscus was torn at the time. No, it was, I proposed in the same restaurant I met her in Paris. It was closed. It was very cold. And I did something that I never thought I would do. I proposed. I did it with a bit of style, which I always laugh at other people. No, that's to be done when Q does the live movie of my life after I've died. So, no, just the fact that I proposed and the fact that I proposed in the place I met her, and I went through a whole rigmarole to make sure she didn't understand, and she didn't realize it. is kind of not me. So it's kind of cool.
Okay, let's talk about success, right? You married the girl of your dream, you've got your kids, you've got the world's best low-cost airline. Is there anything missing right now?
In my life, there's always things missing. Always things you can do better. Always things that you want to improve on. I want to be thinner.
Yeah, you have lost some weight.
I have lost some, but I'm still a fat.
What is the secret of you getting trimmer this year?
I cut food. I mean, whatever you do, I can run 50,000 marathons, but the key thing is food. People don't realize, and when I leave AirAsia, I'm really into this health thing. Not crazy health thing, but just to educate people that most people don't realize the food they're putting into them is killing them. I didn't, right? And you know how sugar was bad, carbohydrates, etc. We must enjoy food as well. I disagree with someone who says you can't eat this, can't eat that.
So how much weight did you lose?
So far I'm about 9 kilos.
In
well, it's gone up and down a bit. But let's assume over the last 6 months really. But the main thing is not the weight so much, and that's another misnomer. I've changed my fat from 43% of my body to 24%, and my muscle mass has gone up. Check that out.
From a global perspective, right, do you think travel patterns are changing during the Donald Trump's era?
Yeah, oh no, I don't think so. I mean, but I do think the world is changing into a more regional travel, and that's why we're benefiting. Do you want to go through the pain of going to America and being denied boarding or whatever, you know, not really giving the impression that you don't really want it? And I think because of AirAsia and other low-cost airlines, people are saying, well, let's take short trips. Let's go here for 4 days, let's go, rather than schlep halfway around the world for 2 weeks. Having said that, people who want to travel are going to travel and are not worried about Donald Trump.
Will there be a decline in passengers from this region flying off to the US?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Because America's America. Everyone wants to go to America to see whether the Statue of Liberty, to see Disneyland. Donald Trump's not going to change that. But what's changing is we're giving people an alternative to travel by traveling short haul.
All right, now moving on to the Malaysian Aviation Commission. You've been quite vocal in your disapproval of the commission. They've raised the tax at the airport. I mean, they're charging RM1 to the consumers for their services. What kind of impact would this have on the local aviation industry?
Well, I mean, look, people protest about the toll. People worry about sugar going up 10 cents a kilo. This will impact people because travel is not for the rich anymore. Travel is for the masses. And AirAsia made travel affordable for everybody. So MAVCOM and Malaysian airports have to realize there are two types of travelers. There are low-cost travelers where every penny makes a difference, and there's full-service travelers. Someone traveling on Malaysian Airlines first class or business class is not going to even know what the airport tax is. But someone who pays 150 ringgit to go to Bangkok is going to feel it when you pay 35 ringgit airport tax. Or someone traveling for the first time in their lives to see their grandparents in China, where the average ticket fare is 300 ringgit, is going to feel 75 ringgit is a lot of money, especially when you multiply by 4. And the MAVCOM will say to me that, well, you're still going to grow. Yes, we will grow, but we won't grow as much as we can.
Do you feel they're being supportive here in any way?
No, I don't believe they are. And I mean, I know that's a strong statement, but I think there is not enough people in MAVCOM from the low-cost industry. They're new in the area. They haven't come up with an airport's quality system. And I think that everything's been done for the benefit of Malaysian airports, if I can be really frank. And I think that in the long run, Malaysia has won. Your very first question is, we won the best low-cost airline. We've got 14 world awards. There are not many Malaysian companies who have won 14 world awards. And so we must be doing something right, you know? And so we should be listened to. We need simple facilities, low-cost facilities, so we can make this the Dubai of Asia. You know, within one stop you can go.
Are we not having that vision yet?
I'm not sure. I think there's a disconnect.
Are there any negotiations going on between AirAsia and MAVCOM?
We've tried, and I mean, the best person to talk about is Irene, who's been really fully involved in it. But it's really, they made their decisions when they started, I think.
Okay, how about the future of aviation next year or even beyond?
Well, I'm still bullish, but I'm bullish more from other countries. Philippines is building a low-cost terminal. Thailand is building a low-cost terminal, airport actually, in Utapao. President Jokowi has talked to me about wanting to get into the low-cost space. So eventually, Malaysia, who's the biggest and the leading light, hopefully will see that this is an opportunity you should grab. If I was the CEO of Malaysian airports, I would be all over AirAsia and saying, how do we grow 20-30% a year? How do we make sure Malaysia is the #1? So there's a big disconnect somewhere. And I'm confident that in the end the government will see it. The Prime Minister was the one who reduced airport tax in the first place when he was Deputy Prime Minister. Common sense will prevail in the end. But it's sad that we've got to this situation.
Any wish list for next year?
Wish list for next year? Well, wow, I have many wishes. Be thinner, QPR get promoted, and AirAsia has a record year.
Tony Fernandes, thank you so much.
Thank you a lot.